Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Are you having problems breastfeeding? This video is jam-packed full of tips and hints on how to help you overcome these issues. Stay tuned for more info. Hey, are you subscribed to this channel? Hit that subscribe button to become part of the family. Last week was Breastfeeding Awareness Week. I spent a lot of time on my Instagram reading about other moms' breastfeeding journeys. I find it really interesting to hear how different parents have had different experiences. A lot of moms have struggled breastfeeding. Let's face it, it is not the easiest thing to do. There is often challenges to overcome, and sometimes we just do not overcome these challenges. So this really inspired me to create this video. I have 6 children, 5 of which I have breastfed, some more successfully than others. So I just really wanted to compile a video about hints and tips that I have learned while breastfeeding my own children to help other moms. It's taken me 6 children to learn this, so hopefully I've compiled some useful hints and tips to make your journey that much easier. So one of the first challenges you are going to face as a breastfeeding mom is when your milk comes through. Now I remember this from Gabby. Now that was my first baby and it was like almost 19 years ago. Actually in like 2 days it's going to be 19 years ago. And it was horrible. I mean, I can still remember that feeling of such sore breasts, feeling so overly full, almost like a balloon that just wants to pop. Moms, if you can relate, hit the thumbs up, please. It is so uncomfortable. So basically that will be the first challenge that you will face, is serious engorgement. Now if you can overcome this will be one of the, I think, the hardest things that you'll have to face in breastfeeding. Well, it was for me personally. Because what will happen is your milk supply will settle down. Your body is such an amazing machine. It will produce what it needs when it needs it. It just needs some time to settle into a good pattern. So this will basically settle down. Now there are a couple things you can do to eliminate that feeling of engorgement. Taking wonderful long hot showers really does help. Also having really hot baths and lying, if you can, depending on the type of birth you've had, on your tummy in the bath with your breasts in the water, warm, as hot water as you can manage, really does help. If you can, a hot compress as well on your breasts also really helps. Now something really useful that I have used and continue to use is purchasing a very good breast pump. Now why I say a good breast pump is because a breast pump is the type of thing that you purchase once and you can keep it for all your pregnancies. So do your research, buy a good breast pump, because if you buy a good breast pump, it will last you for all your pregnancies. Now pumping really helps to alleviate that feeling of engorgement, because basically what happens is you are getting rid of that milk and it is going to help you feeling less full. So a pump is an absolute must, especially in those first few days. Now a pump that I've personally used and that I love is a Lansana Smart Double Electric Pump. I just personally prefer a double electric pump because it's quicker. So you can pump both sides. This is also a personal preference, but for me, I just feel like I don't have a lot of time. Having a lot of children, I'm always needed. So if I'm going to pump, I like the double pump because it just goes quicker as well. Now I like this Lansana pump because it also has a smart app feature attached. So basically you download the app onto your phone and basically it helps to track your feeds, so you can keep track of when you last fed your baby, which side, etc. And it also just helps to monitor your baby's feeding schedule, which is particularly useful for a new mom when you're still establishing a good feeding routine with your baby. Now I particularly like this pump because it has 8 suction modes and 3 pump styles. Now I have used pumps in the past, years ago, and they were not successful for me because the suction wasn't enough. And that's what I really like about this, is that you have 8 suction levels that you can select from. So you'll definitely find something that mimics your baby's feeding style and that really helps to express as much milk as possible, because that is the point of a pump, is really to express as much milk. And so I find that the Lansana pump has been really successful for me as well. Now another thing I really love about this pump is that I use these breast milk storage bags, which are awesome because you can pop them into the freezer or into the fridge depending on how long you want to store your milk for, but you can pump straight into the bag. Yes, so that avoids washing bottles, sterilizing bottles, etc. You can pump directly into these bags, and that is super convenient because whether you have one child or 6, your life is going to change and it is going to seem a hang of a lot busier than what it was before. So doing things like this really help to save time. Now, another problem that I have experienced, especially in my last 3 pregnancies, was low milk supply. Now, this is not something that all moms experience, but as I mentioned, I have experienced this to a point where the hospital didn't even want to discharge me because my babies were not gaining enough weight, and then once they were at home, we had to monitor for a very long time. It resulted in me not necessarily being able to breastfeed JP 100% successfully because he wasn't gaining weight sufficiently, so we had to put him on a formula supplement as well. However, with Jacques I had the same issue, but I really persevered, and what really helped me was pumping. Now you're probably thinking, how does pumping help if you don't have enough milk? Well, basically pumping helps to increase your milk supply because basically as you're suctioning, okay, and as the suction is mimicking your baby's sucking motion, and that's again why I love that pump, because it does it really successfully. It's telling your body to produce more milk. So in between feeding your baby, if you manage to do pumps, you basically are starting to increase the volume of milk that your body is producing, and this helps to really successfully feed your baby. So as a result, I didn't supplement Jacques with formula, but instead I pumped, and I was able to get a lot more milk going for him, increase my milk supply, and as a result he is now a fiddling, fit 3-year-old full of energy, and he met all the basic requirements, so that was really successful. So if you want to know more about the Lansana Smart Pump Double Electric Pump, go check out my review. I will leave a link down below. I've done a full review so you can see all its features and functions. Now this is just one of the very many reasons why I love breastfeeding. Look at this, Juliet's just fallen asleep in my arms here, and it's always just a perfect excuse for cuddling. Now, engorgement can happen as well at later phases as you continue to breastfeed, and this often happens because you forget which side to feed your baby on. So you tend to perhaps overfeed on one side, especially at night while you are tired or sleepy, and you forget. It happens to me all the time. Happened to me a few months ago with Juliet, and I really suffered badly with engorgement, which developed into a blocked milk duct and can also further develop into mastitis, which can make you feel very ill. So a way to avoid this that I found is to have a reminder as to which side you last fed on, so that you can remember to feed on the other breast, so that you hopefully avoid engorgement, which can lead to all these horrible things. Now, another product that I actually only discovered now while being pregnant with Juliet is the Busy Tabs by Nurse Me Mama. We're actually running a giveaway on these at the moment, so go check out. I will leave a link down below in the video description box, so go check out that video because you can win your very own set as well. Now, these products are actually quite simple, but they are so useful for couple reasons. The first reason for me is, like I said, to help me remember which side I last fed on. So while I've been talking to you, I was breastfeeding Juliet on this side. Now she's fallen asleep, but she hasn't fed from this side. So now I need to remember that when she wakes up, that I need to start on this side again, because otherwise if I feed her from this side again, I'm going to start to have issues. This breast is going to start to feel overly full, uncomfortable, and as I said, if I forget again, it can develop into engorgement and all the other issues that come with that. So basically what I do is I clip this onto this side. You can even clip it onto your shirt, your bra, tag, strap, wherever, and basically it acts as a reminder that next feed, okay, so I'm just at home so I can wear it on the outside, but if I'm out and I want it to be more discreet, I can clip it down onto my bra, and it just reminds me, okay Louise, remember to feed next on this side. Now, another issue that many moms face is latch, getting your baby to have the correct breastfeeding latch. Now, this is something that you actually start with as soon as possible after birth with your baby. In fact, with every single baby I've delivered, I have very clear memories of trying to get that baby to latch onto your breast. Now, when you have just delivered your baby, obviously it's optimum to get the baby to feed within that first hour of birth, if possible. But you will notice that baby, depending on the type of birth you've had, they could be quite sleepy, they could be quite traumatized. They've never had to feed before. This is a new experience for them. It's a new experience for you, breastfeeding this brand new baby. So don't become concerned or distressed, moms. It happens. And the baby might struggle to latch onto the breast. Like I said, it's new for them. They don't know what to do yet. So I always find with my babies, you often have nurses trying to shove boobs in babies' mouths and stuff like that. Remain calm. Calm mom, calm baby. And allow that latch to develop. It will develop. I always think every time I'm in the hospital, oh my word, this baby is never going to latch to my breast. It's impossible. They have no clue what to do. But somehow they all have, and they all develop how to latch, and they all learn how to breastfeed. So it will happen. Just have patience. But it's very important that you get that latch right. So the way I know is that when my baby has a nice wide mouth and they have a large part of my nipple in their mouth, and you can feel it. The suck should be comfortable. You will also learn, obviously, initially when you start breastfeeding, it could be quite painful because your nipples are not quite toughened up yet. And if that is also an issue, you can also buy a breast shield, which helps to make that just a little bit more comfortable for a mom. But over time, your breasts do toughen up. But you get to learn the sensation and the feeling of a correct latch. Now that is very, very important, because if a baby is not latching correctly, it is going to cause some issues for mom, and it is going to cause some issues for baby. Now that's also why I really, really love the busy tabs, because these are actually proven to help maintain latch, because you want baby to maintain latch so that they are feeding well. Now the busy tabs are suitable for babies 3 months up. This is not going to help you when you're initially breastfeeding, but as babies get older, they tend to get distracted by noises, by things, and what is proven with the busy tabs is to keep them focused, so therefore latch is improved. Now another tip for successful breastfeeding, which may seem completely obvious but is often underestimated, is comfort. Mom needs to be comfortable and baby needs to be comfortable. Now this depends on each mom and your home setup. I find it helps to have an area where you breastfeed your baby. So in your home, so you may have a very comfortable chair where you can sit comfortably, supported, maybe perhaps have your water nearby, a book or your cell phone or cell phone charger. I know that it's a really great bonding time, so I have tried with Juliet to not be on my cell phone all the time while I'm breastfeeding, but I have to admit, having a lot of children, I do also find it a great chance to catch up on my emails. So having my cell phone charger there as well just also allows me to make sure that I have battery time so I can get to some of those emails that I haven't responded to yet. So comfort is really, really important. Now, something I love and really stand by is a good breastfeeding cushion, especially when baby is little. As baby grows bigger, like Juliet is now, yes, it's fine, you can lay them over your lap and you can be more comfortable because there's more bulk, there's more baby there. It seems like they're also more comfortable feeding in different positions. You've already got this, most of all the kinks ironed out. But when they're little, it's really, and it's very, very small, your arm and shoulder can get quite sore from supporting them because you have to actually hold them right up like this. And I find a cushion is really great for doing this. Now for those of you that don't know, I'm a bit of a decor freak and I really love everything to be all matchy. Now Juliet has these most beautiful floral sheets in her bedroom and blankets, and this basically, I've just removed it from my cushion so I can show it to you, is a breastfeeding cushion cover. Yes, you heard that right. So this can match her blankets, it can match her sheets, so the whole room has this beautiful matchy theme. Now this is from Kids and Such, and you're just gonna die if you go to their website. In fact, I've stopped looking at their website because every time I go there I see more beautiful sheets and covers that I love. They do a whole range of goodies. I actually have other stuff featured in past videos. Again, I'll leave the links down below so you can check those out as well. Now this is really, really a stunning product because I can't show you through the camera, but it is almost like a velvet feel fabric. So it feels really soft on baby's skin. In fact, this is pretty much my go-to. I also have a blanket. I have 2 blankets like this. Pretty much my go-to blankets for Juliet. She sleeps with them every single night because they're just so soft on her skin. in, so it's also like a bit of a comfort thing for her. And I also like repeating, how do you say, textures with your baby. They get used to it from little, and so what it really does is also just helps to make them feel secure. It's also a security thing as well. So having a breastfeeding cushion in the same fabric is great too. And basically you just slip in your cushion over here and voila, it matches your nursery perfect. And as I mentioned, this of course helps mom and baby to feel comfortable while breastfeeding. Now, something I really love about the nursing pillow cover is that it is washable, and I have washed these numerous times, and look how beautiful the fabric still looks. There's also a zip, as I showed you, so you can zip it on and off the cushion, but the cool thing is that the zip is covered and the baby will never ever have access to that zip, so it's completely safe for them as well. Now, while we're talking about comfort, I want to bring up the subject of breastfeeding in public. Now, I know this is completely a controversial subject, and I believe that everybody needs to do what they are comfortable doing. I feed Juliet and I feed all my babies out in public. Personally, I don't fully expose myself. That's just not who I am, so I do like to use a nursing cover. Again, if you do, awesome, wonderful. I love every mom, and I have absolute respect for whatever your breastfeeding journey may be, or even your feeding journey. You may not even choose to breastfeed. But basically is this awesome breastfeeding cover, which is also by Kids and Such. They have such an awesome range of products, guys. It basically comes in this cute little bag, which is matching. You know, the fabrics are matching. I love it because I can throw this into my diaper bag, take on the go with me. You can even hook it onto the side of your stroller as well. So this nursing cover is not like any other nursing cover that I have seen before, and that's why I really love this one. So basically it has, let me show you a couple things. This is a patented design, and I really love that it has this really large, look at this, burp cloth built into the hem of this nursing cover. So while you're feeding baby, you also have a burp cloth, which is cool. One product that replaces two, love. Second of all, I love that it's large. I find that a lot of these breastfeeding covers are just not big enough, and that you're feeding your baby, but you know, it's all exposed on this side. I often battle with that. So why I love this is you can put it around your head like this while you're feeding your baby. Okay, sorry Juliet, there you go. And you can adjust the strap, which is great. It also goes around the back. And what is really, really neat, now this is my favorite feature of this breastfeeding cover, is that you have this firm piece over here, which actually causes the cover to stand away from you, which is amazing, because while you're feeding baby like this, you can view baby. You can actually see, oh my goodness, what's going on? They're not latching properly, and you know, it's often a bit of struggle. And normally I've got my hand underneath, and it's a whole big commotion. This is easy. I can just see, oh yeah, what's going on? Easy, adjust from the top, put baby's mouth on properly. It's just so much more comfortable. I really, really think this is such a clever design. Now, I'm not surprised to hear that this cover won the 2017 Parenting Award, and another reason why I love it is it's made with 100% breathable cotton fabric, so it's totally safe for baby as well. Speaking about comfort, something that your baby may start to do as they get a little bit older, from 3 months up. I'm having this problem right now at the moment with Juliet, and that is fiddling while I'm feeding her. It's a lot of hair pulling. It's a lot of, especially her favorite, but the worst for me, is pinching. She pinches my breast, and it becomes really sore and really uncomfortable. Before I started breastfeeding my kids, I didn't even know that this was a thing. Pia used to reach behind and pinch my arms, which was terribly uncomfortable. And I found, again, that the busy tabs, this little clip here, also really helps with that, because if you clip it onto your bra while you're breastfeeding, basically they fiddle with this rather than pulling your hair or scratching or pinching you, right? Look. They love it. Really, she loves it. She fiddles with it while she's feeding, and it is a great little tool to make sure that while you're feeding your baby, you are more comfortable. Another issue that many women face is that they have either flat or inverted nipples, and they wonder if they can still breastfeed with having this issue. And apparently, yes, you can. I did a bit of research, and they said that you should persevere, again, helping baby to latch correctly, and also that a breast shield helps this issue greatly. It really helps a baby to feed better, especially on inverted nipples. Now, being a breastfeeding mommy means that your boobs are not your own. Let's just be honest. They're no longer your own. They belong to this little feeding monster over here. So another way for you to just feel more comfortable, because a lot of moms like to go braless. They want to still go swimming in their swimming costume. Now, if you're feeding your baby, this often can put you off because perhaps you're worried, oh, I'm going to have leaky boobs, or I always have to wear a bra, and I find that super uncomfortable. And I have found and used an awesome product that really helps with this, and this is called the Lily Pads. So for moms that don't want to wear a bra while they're breastfeeding, this is the product for you. This basically means that you can go braless, you can go, so that means strapless dresses, here we are, tops, here we are without bras, so much easier. These are also great for our eco-conscious moms because they are washable, so you don't have to worry about purchasing disposable breast pads. Bow that out, so bow it out like that. Tacky side will go straight onto your nipple, so you'll push down onto your nipple, and then you will see it just quickly closes up and adheres perfectly. I mean, look at that, it is perfect. And that stops the leak. As you can see, they're very, very, very discreet. So you can wear a swimming costume, you can go swimming in them, you can wear a strapless dress, no bras. I really, really think these are such an ingenious, clever design. If you purchase the starter kit, you'll also comes with wipes and a wash to safely wash these as well. Now these also come, I also have a pair of beige ones, so they're also like more of a flesh skin toned color. Or then there are these ones, I'm not sure what you call this color, but it, you know, would be pretty invisible on the breast. Juliet loves these, look at so tasty. So you're probably wondering, how do I feed with these on? It's easy, peel them off, breastfeed, and then stick them back on. Now I love that these products make breastfeeding easy, because that's what I find a lot of people tend to get put off of breastfeeding because they think, oh, it's hard, it's difficult, I have to wear bras, all these things. This is another product that just helps to make your life so much easier. You won't have leaky boobs and you can go braless. Now this is a really cool hack for you. Breast milk is precious. Don't let any of those drops go to waste. Now what you'll notice that when you're feeding, it's not uncommon for the other breast to leak, because basically you have a letdown. And so what happens is that, well, basically that's why a lot of women wear breast pads, because the breast pad will then absorb the milk and stop the leak from coming through onto your shirts and wetting your clothes, etc. But you can actually keep those precious drops, and if you collect them, they can actually amount to quite a lot of excess milk, which you can then dump into one of those awesome breastfeeding storage bags and freeze, or make breast pops out of, which are great for teething babies. So the Nature Bond manual breast pump basically suctions onto your breast, so while you're feeding from this side, the drops that are being released on this side are being captured in the silicone base of the manual breast pump. And the really cool thing is, it has a really neat, yes it does, it has a really neat spout which you can pour off into a breast storage bag or into a bottle and feed your baby it, or save it for later, or make really cool breast milk pops, which are great for when they start teething around this age. What I also really love about the Nature Bond manual breast pump is that it actually comes with a stopper, so you can close it. So if you're feeding, for example, you want to like switch breasts, you can then put it on the floor, put the stopper in so it won't get knocked over by your foot or a toddler that comes along, or if it loses balance. So that's really, really cool. It also comes with a strap, so you can keep it around your neck, so when you're ready to feed, you've got it right there. Another reason you can be hands-free. It really is a super cool product. And then also, it also doubles as a pump, so it also collects. So if you want to also pump a little bit to just get more milk flowing, it's a great way to also up your milk supply again. Just pump it out and you get to keep all those extra drops, which is really, really awesome. Now, one of my pet hates about breastfeeding that I had is waking up being wet. What I often used to have at night was a lot of milk let down, and being sleepy, you're feeding baby, you're not necessarily using a burpee cloth, etc. I used to wake up with a lot of wet pajamas, and I just absolutely hate that. So I had to use breast pads of some sort. Now Nature Bond produces my breast pads of preference. I like these ones because they're actually designed to fit your body. As you'll see, they're actually almost at a V angle, so they basically sit against your breast comfortably. I just find that it also kind of makes your breast look more smooth. They're also really thin, so that they're also unnoticeable. It doesn't look cool if you can see things under your shirt, etc. I think it's really nice. And I also love the honeycomb technology. The honeycomb technology absorbs more liquid, so it's really cool because basically it helps to keep your skin dry, and it absorbs more liquid, so that means that you lose less pads in the long run, which is great for cost saving. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that this has helped some moms. It has been really a personal experience because obviously each person's breastfeeding journey is very personal, but I do hope that it has helped. Go to our Facebook page and leave some comments there. It's always interesting to hear about other moms' journeys in this pregnancy motherhood phase. Product links are down below in the video description box if you would like to purchase any of these items. Go check out this video over here. It's all about how I felt a few days after giving birth to our latest baby, Juliet. We even filmed it in the hospital.